the idea behind the DeHive originally and for now is still that we design indexes in different chains for different purposes, for different strategies for yield farming, and we generate APY for users. So you're able not only just to invest in crypto basket of the tokens, you're able to stake it, and it will generate yield passively. And our business analytics and our team lead will carefully rebalance it, and so you might be sure that we will bring you the highest value. This is really short, but we decided to start our own project in February even of the last year, and our main goal was to combine all experience that we gathered from our previous experience in development, because we proceed with many projects, and many projects go through us every day and every week and every month and every year, and we gather best practices, and we understand that the indexes is pretty undiscovered niche where we can evolve. We looked at our competitors like token sets, like Powerful, like PyDAO, and like Index, Defi Pulse Index as well. And at the end, we understood that there is no such options which will generate API for users. So basically, we aim on the users, which is pretty new on the blockchain, because there is no like one direct point where you can discover all decentralized applications. I think only maybe on CoinMarketCap, but there's a bunch of projects that need to be discovered, and of course, nobody don't have so much time. So if you don't have time, you can visit DeHive. You can invest in such great projects like Honey, and yeah, of course, I think it's a good choice for everyone.
Can you tell us how you guys pick the different projects or coins that go into the clusters? Like, is there some kind of process, some kind of analysis you guys do?
Yeah, definitely. So, except of the product performance, we also looking on the performance of the token. But our first point where we discover which token shall appear in the cluster is the fundamental analysis, where we can understand which projects is needed on the particular network, and which is leading the network forward. Fundamentally, also we have analysis from the technical part. So we looking at the TVL of the project. We're looking on the performance of the token in terms of holders, transfers, and stuff which you already know. But also the third part of us is advisors. For example, in terms of XDAI network, which is Gnosis right now, we talked with the team directly. They told us, "Hey, Pasha, there is a bunch of projects that you need to review and get them and let them jump in the cluster, because they're really nice." For example, Honeyswap. There's actually no doubts regarding Honeyswap, because this is, I think, the tier 1 project on the XDAI. And no doubts. Minerva wallet, for example. This is the wallet. I think this is the single wallet which support XDAI network so much as any wallet does.
Also, regarding the cluster formation, like as Pasha said before, we are like a young child of Blaze Tech, and Blaze is kind of like middle-sized blockchain company already. And Blaze runs its own DeFi analytics team. And this team is also like our team. So we do like a real due diligence before formatting any cluster. And we don't add just like projects which are like FOMO or something. we carefully study the token. It has it has to have liquidity. It has to be like trading somewhere. Also, like TVL said. So it's not like that we just go into the chain and just add some random projects. We are trying to formulate a really perspective and let's say profitable portfolio for our users.
Actually, the next point of choosing a cluster tokens is a DAO, because we see how it's working on Honeyswap. It works perfect, and we want to integrate the DAO and bring more utility of our token, so users will be able to choose the tokens which shall be next cluster. And as a step 2, we will bring custom clusters live, and people will be ready to develop their custom cluster by themselves. So particularly, we are going to compete with token sets.
Yeah, I think that people will love that option. Like, I was going to ask you, what's the criteria for people to submit, or for us to submit some custom index? Like, I would say we needed something like your definitely something like DeFi finance was needed on Gnosis, because you can basically make different indexes with different purposes, like NFTs, DeFi, infrastructure, etc., like it is now. So, what will be the procedure maybe for that, or for this, or the criteria?
Okay, Pasha, may I add some words because now we are on process of this development, and we think how to build this structure. We want to start with snapshot voting for DeHive holders, DHV token, and then moving to customize such kind of cluster, because right now to create a cluster we need to search every token, to search this contract, how it is built, what about the liquidity, as Ty already said, is it possible to buy it, where we can buy it, because it's all this impact to strategies which will be developed in our smart contracts, because all this stuff should be implemented in smart contracts, and it's not very easy way. And the second way, what we should
have like a deep liquidity, possibly, right? Like,
because for example, you know that some pairs on liquidity pairs on Honeyswap consist, for example, free and free thousands of dollars. So, for example, and just imagine that we can add without this development such kind of token, and for example, user want to buy this cluster, for example, for $10,000, and this token, the share of this token, for example, 30%, and it couldn't be executed because there will be so high price impact on this IMM, on Honeyswap IMM model, and we can't buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're talking regarding some custom index, which will be deployed by our users, so the criteria number 1 is liquidity, some kind of liquidity for a particular network. For example, if you're talking regarding XDAI, project shall have at least 30,000 liquidity in the main pair. Also, tokens shall not be consider some transfer fees. And secondary, it shouldn't be freezed on the wallet. There shall be not such function.
I think first way it will be like voting, for example. It's such kind of works have been done before from our side, and we will offer some choice for community. For example, combine tokens to a cluster, choosing share, adding additional tokens, and so on.
Awesome,
So
guys.
with a multi-chain future, how do you guys see DeHive? Do you guys see multi-chain clusters being a thing?
Actually,
Yeah, nice question.
in terms of the cross-chain, we already achieved that. In terms of multi-chain, is actually a technical challenge that we
Yeah.
that we're trying to achieve. But because we can make the multi-chain cluster, but you need some entry point from the single chain. You can't enter from 3 or 5 chains.
Yeah.
You can't create a transaction to formulate the cluster. You can enter on BSC, and we will bridge these tokens to the Polygon and buy Polygon tokens. And when you will leave the cluster, we will do the vice versa, and you will get back your funds. But when we talk regarding multi-chain, we need to understand that there is always some technical challenges. As I said, first one is a single point of entry, and the second one is a delay of the bridges, because the bridge might execute a transaction from the minute to an hour.
Yeah, that's the
And
problem with the bridges, right?
Yeah, and I want to add a point about security, because, for example, if we're talking about highly security solution, we should use our own bridge, for example. And if but we should do all these bridges, or, for example, implement multi-chain. Yeah, but well, a lot of responsibility will be covered from their side, not from us. And it's in this case, we will not cover all the way of smart contract moving and funds of our clients, and this is not so good at the moment.
so if we're actually talking regarding to the enter with for example, stablecoin USDT, we can afford that because we can provide a liquidity on each chain in some particular amount. Because in another case, for example, if you enter in from BSC network, you buy token 1 for $5, and you buy token 2 on another chain for $5, with $10 in total, right? But and we calculate your price. We calculate to some value of the index in prior. But if we are going to the bridge, we're waiting for 10 minutes, for half an hour, price might be changed. The price is volatile, and in such case, technically, we can solve it by providing our liquidity of the native token or stable coins. I mean, of the gas token or stable coins to each network, and buy it from our side, and then bridge the funds from another side back to our treasury.
So would that be kind of like synthetic tokens almost? Like you guys are essentially buying the token on your own chain, but then the transaction happens on the other one.
Not on our chain. So if we're talking regarding the user buying index from BSC, but it contains some tokens from Polygon, we bridge funds from BSC to Polygon, and in the same time we execute buying transaction of the tokens on Polygon by our own funds. So we fund this transaction by ourselves. We buying it in order to front run the volatile of the market, and then when funds will be received from the bridge, we will just keep it by ourselves.
Yeah, huge slippage will be at this solution.
Not actually slippage. It will be like volatility of the price. And the bridge cool down.
We can compare it's like slippage to understanding.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, definitely, it's a little bit difficult to make. I guess you would have to own the bridges. In that case, like for the best. I mean, you have to like operate the bridge to be the easiest, I guess.
Yeah.
We actually are thinking about it, but we need to have it on purpose. So let's imagine that some big community. I don't know. Do you know Defi Prime or any other community which you follow, like influencers like Crypto Chico? Decided to move forward with a DeHive and create his portfolio on a DeHive, and he will support it with marketing. Of course, we will provide such index. We will make it multi-chain. We will add our liquidity on different networks in order to buy it before Breach will execute a transaction. In this case, we might move forward, but right now, implementing of such technology and efforts will not cost the results.
Yeah, understandable. Are you planning to move to other sidechains as well? Like, what's the, or maybe like even like something like Cosmos or Polkadot?
Actually, if you're talking regarding the Cosmos, or let's start with the chains, right? We decided to postpone the development of the new chains in terms of index. We need to tidy up our application. We need to create some proper onboarding of the new users in terms of educate them. We need to bring clearance in interface because this looks nice, but in some cases people can't understand how to stake, and they don't even know that they are able to stake, and they're just
Yeah,
buying it
because
and don't stake.
because we have covered a lot of feedback from our users. We speak a lot, and we already have in our team one more product manager. We build analytics. We collect all this data from Google Analytics, from on-chain analytics, and so on. So right now we decided a little bit change our main page of app and so on. So we are working with customer experience and trying to build and to cover EVM networks. So because, for example, if we want to move to Solana near Polkadot, we should rewrite totally of our application because it's a completely different language of programming.
So, in terms of the nearest confirmed networks, Mike can correct me. We're planning to get deployed on the Metis network because we want a hackathon. We have a great connections, and they offered us a support.
Already, Metis is already in our pipeline. We don't know about exactly time because we should planning with our dev team and to schedule our future sprints.
But don't you all know that product development itself and more important sometimes than expanding?
And one more network. It's in our pipeline, and you will see announcement in the future days, and it's like a spoiler.
Nice, big old alpha leak for us. There you go, guys. Monday morning stream alphas right there.
You have morning right now.
So,
sorry, I didn't catch that one.
Gnosis is the last chain, the lastest. I mean, the most recent chain you you deployed, right?
XDAI is the most recent chain. Yep.
Yeah. Gnosis now.
No.
After them, I mean, it's Gnosis XDAI. Yeah. So yeah, how do you? Are you guys? How do you like the response of the Gnosis users? Like, are they taking compared to the other chains? Is the response good for now, in your opinion?
In our opinion, the response good because actually the XDAI cluster is the best performing cluster.
Awesome.
On the DeHive, and we think that if we will push the market forward, we will get even more users, and as well as respawn from the projects is pretty awesome. Respawn from you guys because you was the first one who I talked with, and you gave us so many feedback, and you tried to understand fully how we work. And I think you are the first guys who believed in the DeHive itself.
Yeah, I mean, we have pretty cool community here. So I think a lot of the people here, like on OneHive, for example, and Agave, and all of the friendly projects, we are like definitely like family here. so so we have like all kind of events. We are trying to make it interesting for everyone to learn DeFi and to learn about governance and everything. So it's kind of cool that you also like are kind of new project that wants in a similar situation like us. So we understand the difficulties like at the beginning for sure. And Gnosis being like one of the like more not so popular chains, like not so popular like Polygon and Phantom and I don't know Solana, right? Which Solana is not practically like a sidechain, but okay. I guess it's still like good time for Gnosis to build some kind of bigger amount of projects and develop into something bigger.
I think it's more about the awareness of the Gnosis, because when you attend the events, for example, us, you see the networks. I mean, the offline events. You see the networks there, and developers paying attention on the networks which present on offline, which is in the front of their eyes. And I think it's really important right now to attract new developers, which will bring great products.
For sure.
Because
I want to add because we have been on if ListCon conference with Autumn, and it was quite cool event. We have visited Avalanche House, ListCon. Then I have been on NearCon, and guys, it's really cool events to attract in projects, developers, community. It's cool. For example, if you will have such kind of stand or meetups on the future of if you're Barcelona or such kind of events, it would be great, and we will join you with pleasure.
So I think Devils is preparing to go on ETH Denver on the next.
Denver, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you will be there, yeah?
Devils will be there.
Are you guys going to be there? I will be there.
Evils will be doing a live trivia in Denver, so
I'm hoping to.
Give me visa, please.
I think one of founder of Blaze will be there, but I should contact to him and get more details. But as I know, Sergey should be on Denver. Denver.
Amazing.
Sweet.
I have one more last. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to ask you if you have a booth or you have like side event, because I think the most valuable events for any project is to create some side event like after party or between the conferences. If you have one free day, you can spend all the day on some particular event.
Yeah, that's actually what I'm torn about,
Yeah,
to be honest. Is it's like I don't know if I want to. If you go to something like this and you actually run an event, the event's going to run you your whole weekend.
Yep.
Right? So
yeah.
if you really want to chill with people, you got to meet. So yeah, I will hope to do something. But we should connect if you all are going to be there. Just DM me. We can collab on something.
Yeah, there's a lot of one-hivers going there. I want to kind of ask one last question before we start wrapping up here, because we have another segment coming on in a few minutes. I see on the timeline here that you guys have DAO voting. Can you guys tell us a bit about DeHive? Is it going to try to transition to a DAO? How is that all going to play out?
Yeah, I can answer this question actually.
Okay.
The first iterations will be like a snapshot DAO, but by the development of the project, we want to become into self-regulated application, which will produce the indexes which will vote to fund some communities or to create some activities. And also, the clue component, what we see, where we see the value, is the custom indexes for people. Because when you try to expand the new communities, they might be interested to have their own index. And if it will be some community members or influencers which will see the value in it, they will create it, and people will use it. Not because they follow DeHive, but maybe because they follow this influencer, maybe this VC or community.
I really like
Yeah,
that.
well,
I like that a lot. Yeah, the ability. It's kind of like custom farms, but I mean, the idea that you can sort of offer this tool for people to tailor to their community needs. It's really awesome.
yeah, we can make actually index creation automatically, fully decentralized. But in terms of the strategies, there is some challenges because someone need to develop and contribute to the code base. So it will be us, and if people will suggest or they will even develop their own strategies and will offer it to us, we will be ready to deploy it on chain for them. And we think to incentivize community in a different way. If you create an index, you can set up your own fees for buying or leaving an index. If you are a developer of strategies, yield farming strategies, you will receive the fees from yield farming. And so we providing like a placement or some solution for people to have traction from our users. If they build a good project, we will bring you users there.
I also wanted to add that with this DAO thing, we are looking now at our partner projects. Also, I see a good tendency in Gnosis chain ecosystem regarding DAO, because I see all you guys, like our partners, have DAOs. So, we see that it's a good influence on the project. So for us, we want to make it also like a forum where people can just say and erase some propositions, and we will look through it because we've had a few similar grant feedback from the community, and we got really a lot of useful things. So I think this will be very positive. This will have very positive impact on the development of our future Hive.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, feedback is, I totally agree. Feedback from the community is very important. Yeah, we take that seriously too on one half. That's awesome.
Let's move to the next.
Do we have time for some more questions, guys? Dash, Tivels?
We got Lindsay coming on at 1:15, so we have a few. I think we have time for another, like 2 questions or so. Is there anybody in chat who has any questions they'd like to ask to the DeHive team? You can drop them in OneHive TV on the OneHive TV channel on our Discord. But if you're watching on Twitch, you can drop it in there as well. I just wanted. I'm sort of taking notes as I'm listening, and I think that in a world where people can create their own index tokens, I can imagine Monstro and other people enjoying a good debate about how to do that. I just think there's a really cool content component there, right? Even on the stream. So on a Tuesday or whatever, you could just have a debate on, that type of thing. I think that's really interesting. And then I have to say, I just have to ask before we close, not to put anybody on the spot. It's just an invitation. If DeHive would like to join us for a trivia game, it would be awesome to have you guys here one Friday to have some fun and sort of incentivize people to learn about the project. But yeah, that's all I got, guys.
We got a Twitch question here from Easy G Gaff. Sorry if I'm slaughtering that name. And the question is to the DeHive team, and it is, what will DeHive do to gain mass adoption? So I'm assuming what they're asking, or what he or she is asking, is what are you guys' marketing plans, essentially?
Well, so I think I will take this one as the marketing head, probably. This is for me. So look, now we are in, let's say, active development. So we are integrating chains. We are also working on our DApp, how it looks. Also now we are in the great stage of these like UE improvements, because like as I said, we've got a lot of feedback, which is very useful. So now we are like reorganizing the DApp. Also, we are working on the stats like dashboard, so people can follow the stats of index tokens and like see its performance. This is also would be very useful. So now, like, I mean, we are concentrating on this, but we also, of course, we do marketing. As Pasha mentioned, we are onboarding a few like great influencers, but also we are more like partner oriented, and we are trying to connect with like great partners and raise our community more like in those ways. But also we are planning to provide a few great marketing campaigns as soon as the whole project is developed and released. Also, like, I don't know, Mike, can I say this about the future integration chain?
I think community will see it in some hours or maybe tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. So no, I won't say this, but the huge integration is coming. Yeah, so I think this will also give us a huge boost.
Mostly
I
We
that.
want,
got
yeah,
a few more here.
I want to add, guys, that about when someone asking about a lot of mass adoption, we just should to know that there are no such kind a lot of people in our sphere. For example, if you are looking, for example, a quantity of users of top project, for example, Gnosis chain on Polygon chain, it's we are talking about tens thousands. It's about thousands. It's not about millions. So we should know, we should understand that it's not about mass adoption. It's about awareness in a very specific niche of crypto enthusiasts, and we should understand that. Now we are on our way. We're talking to our partners, we're collaborating, we're talking to influencer, and we're trying to get people which already in crypto, and to who we don't say about, for example, how to buy Ether. For example, to join our cluster, or Matic to join our cluster. We are talking to people who already have crypto on their wallets. So it's not about huge campaigns like Shiba Inu. It's about very specific auditory, which knows what we are talking about.
Yeah, but I'm thinking in terms of our product is maybe it's a discussion, but in terms of our product is really important to educate the users and maybe to aim not only on the guys who have Ether.
I agree. But I'm talking about core audience.
We just need to have more study of the people who join us, and maybe fiat ramp will be also plus for our platform. But this is the problem with fiat ramp, where we discussed if you're talking about the index itself and fiat, we're talking about different types of the tokens, which not every token applies there, right? Maybe we can offer some different type of fiat ramp. It's maybe will be the fiat ramp for the native token, I mean for the gas token, or for the stable coins, and after that users will be able to join.
Yep.
Or maybe it will be in one click even. So it might be helpful.
Like also I can add like to our strategy that we have a really great team of developers, and this is our resource, and that's why we are able to join like first places on hackathons, like we did, for instance, with Nier in December and Medis a few days ago. So this is also like the adoption, but the right adoption, which is like valuable, and I think this bring like more connections and great partnership to us.
Yeah, it could be quite long talk, so we can jump on another question from Borm because he raised hand for a while. I see.
Sure.
He want to ask something.
Yeah, there is actually just one more question here on the Twitch channel. And it says the roadmap reads a DAO will be implemented at the end of Q1. Can we hivers expect voting rights soon? And what can we expect to vote on? I believe that part was already answered, but not the voting rights. So how's the so what token, I guess, is going to give you voting rights?
I think this question more and direct to you.
Sorry, guys.
The question was in which token?
Which token? If you're talking about voting, we'll use DHV token, and now we think about how we can do it correctly. Will we use already staked tokens, or will we use tokens which on your wallet, or will, for example, implement staking tokens and giving to you XDHV tokens? We're now discussing, and we will decide in the near future. I think we will cover it in a huge article, and there we'll cover all details.
It's still under discussion, but from my side, what I see is the most beneficial way to vote is to give incentivization for users to stake native token in the single place, and in that way, users will have full benefits of the DeHive project. So if we are talking regarding the DAO, they will be ready and available to vote on the DAO. And if we talk regarding additional features, we want to onboard next partners, which we will have and incentivize some clusters. And in the new version of the utility of the DeHive, people which will have tokens staked on the platform will have right to boost their APY with incentivization from the partners. Is it clear regarding incentivization?
I think so. I don't know. Maybe the answer that EasyGaf was looking for was not answered, but let's just check here in chat. He says yes. Thank you. That was clear.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect, guys. I'm just going to give one more last quick announcement here. We are going to be having another AMA with the DeHive community as the One-Hivers, and it would be great to have all the One-Hivers show some support and come join that AMA. That will be the same time, starting the same time that we started this one, but it will be in their, I believe, is it on the Telegram?
Telegram group, yeah.
Telegram group, yeah.
So yeah, right. It was the Telegram group for the tomorrow's AMA, right?
Yes, sure. It's our official Telegram.
Okay,
Awesome.
perfect.
So everyone that wants to ask questions, just join their Telegram, DeHive's Telegram. And there's one more guy that wants to ask, I think, or or lady, I don't know, Borm. I invited Borm to the stage.
Oh, okay.
Or
But
you need to
needs to accept.
on the top of your screen. You have like green line, and you just press accept.
Okay. Hi, Borm.
We can't hear you, Bor.
Yeah, we can't hear you yet.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect.
It's nice to meet you, Honey team and DeHive team. I've been on 4 AMAs already, and I found out that you are planning to integrate with the Near, Harmony, and other chains. And Metis is coming in, really close in already. And I'm I have the question about the next integration that you desire to integrate for DeHive. Just which one would you want to integrate in the future?
I can. Alrighty. I can give an answer. Actually, thank you for your question. It's a great question, and as mentioned before, like an overall strategy of the DeHive was previously to expand the networks and bring more networks for a community, and to let another communities from different networks to join the DeHive. But for now, what we're thinking of is to bring communities from communities, and I'm talking about the different chats, different influencers, and in my particular job, I think we will aim in that niche, but in a short timeline, I think we are not planning to add more networks except of the, as you mentioned, Harmony, Metis, and Near. And for now, I think we need to bring more TVL and more value to the product in order to show up on another network. Because we need more credibility from another networks.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree on that as well. It was a nice answer. Thank you.
Thank you as well, Born.
Thank you.
So we got one more question again from the Twitch chat, and it says it's again by Easy Gaff, and he's saying, when can we expect a finished product development? So I'm assuming it's just is there a timeline where you guys are gonna finish up all the technical things, and then you guys are gonna focus on more of the DAO stuff? Is that the structure? I'm not exactly sure what the question's asking, but if you guys know what that is, yeah, feel free to answer.
I
Okay,
think
let me some words tell. I just want to add that it's to my mind such kind of products like DeHive should be developed every time, every week, every month, because we have a lot of feedback, and it's like permanent work. We do something every day. We have a lot of stuff in our backlog, but we're aiming in I think in months or two we'll get and we'll cover the core functionality. When we can say, for example,
Mike, you're cutting out.
because we have a lot of ideas about projects, about so on. But I think maybe our first quarter have you
great
heard
answer.
me?
Great answer.
Okay, guys.
Oh, we can hear you, Mike.
Have-
You have lags with your connection.
Yeah, a little bit of difficulty hearing you, sort of in and out.
Right. So the question was in the development. I think the development of our plans in the roadmap. the plans of the development was quite extended. I think not even quite, but in several times. We didn't expect so many chains, so many features. But I think everything in the roadmap will be delivered in time, and you can rely on that paper. If some changes might appear, because we mostly we don't have challenges, we have like new ideas as a next die, which wasn't planned. But if it will appear, we will inform the community. But anyway, everything shall be according to the roadmap, guys.
Wait,
Awesome.
I think that will be awesome to see how it all plays out. But I think we got to wrap it up now because I think we're going over the time limit here. Sorry about that, T-Wells. But yeah, make sure everyone tunes in on the AMA tomorrow on their Telegram.
Yeah,
Alright.
thank you, Taya, Pasha, and Mike for being here with us tonight. Also, we'll be happy to join tomorrow the Telegram AMA.
Indeed.
Sure, guys, you are very welcome, and I'm grateful for everyone for being here and having us. And see you tomorrow.
Sounds great,
You.
everybody. Thanks again for joining, and have a good rest of your week. We'll see some of y'all tomorrow, and head over if you haven't
Take
again
care.
to DeHive.finance. We're gonna put up the wait screen just for a second here on the Twitch, just so we get situated here with the Hedgie crew. Thanks again to the DeHive folks, and we'll talk to everybody soon.